Hey guys, what's up? We are here to talk about the lifesteal item for mages. Yes, this is the concentrated energy item. This item provides a 30% spell vamp. In short, it's a 30% lifesteal of your actual skill damage towards your opponent. Now, what mage user doesn't want an HP regen each time their skills hit, right? Well, apparently a lot of people doesn't make use of this item, and some don't even know that it provides a life steal. Now we are here to check out which mages benefit the most from this item and which ones benefit the least. Can this item be considered as the tooth of greed for mages as it is for the marksman? Well, we'll determine just how useful this item can be in the ranked games. So we've tested the item for all mages, but first off, we need to understand that the amount of life steal you will receive from the item will be based upon the damage and frequency of your skills. So theoretically, mages with high damage and quick cooldowns will most likely benefit from this item. However, it's not that simple. We have to take into account the gameplay of each heroes, and having played all different mages with a concentrated energy item in their build, as well as talking to mage users in the game, we've concluded that the top 3 mages that will benefit from this item is, guys, drumroll please, it's Cyclops, Karina, and Alice, and here's why. First off is Cyclops. With his insane cooldowns and passive aggressive gameplay, he will definitely reap the most out of the lifesteal item. Cyclops has a good mobility during clashes. This gives him the ability to go in and out of team fights, and his cooldowns and damage is just insane. He has a passive that reduces your cooldown by 0.5 seconds every time your skill hits. Now, this pertains to the actual number of hits your skill makes. And we're just gonna give you the numbers, guys. Your first skill hits 2 times, your second skill hits 5 times, and your ultimate hits once. Now, this is a huge help on your cooldowns. It's a huge help on reducing your cooldowns. And as we've said before, the amount of lifesteal you get is based on how frequent your skills hit. Also, your first skill has an area of effect damage. It has an AoE damage. However, even if it hits a lot of target, it is still considered only as 2 hits when it comes to having your cooldown reduced. But this is not the case on your lifesteal. The more you hit with your AoE skills, the more lifesteal you get. Coupled with items that reduces your cooldowns, you can definitely feel Cyclops' lifesteal, whether it's a one-on-one or a team fight battle. And like I said, he has insane damage and quick cooldown, so staying alive while waiting for your cooldowns is necessary. And having a source of HP while in a clash can definitely help. Your whole set of skills can easily kill an enemy hero with a half HP, and even more if it's a marksman. Staying alive with the help of your lifesteal is essential for both you and your teammates, because this enables you to keep on pouring your skills, keep on doing damage on the enemy while moving in and out of the battle. Just be sure to back off a little within clashes whenever all your skills are in cooldown. And as always, guys, with Cyclops, keep a passive aggressive approach whenever you are clashing. Next in the list is Karina. Now, not only does she benefit from the 30% spell bump, which is the lifesteal, but from the passive recharge as well that also comes from the concentrated energy. The passive recharge lets you regen 10% of the hero's HP after killing a hero. So it regens 10% of Karina's HP right after she kills a hero. So as you can imagine, this is a huge help for Karina as she usually does multiple kills. Also, by the way, the actual stats that the concentrated energy item provides is plus 70 magic power, plus 700 HP, and a unique passive of 30% spell bump, and the passive recharge that enables you to regen 10% of your HP once you've killed an enemy hero. Now, Karina benefits the most out of this passive recharge because of her multiple kills that she usually does. That means whenever she kills an enemy hero, she gets a 10% HP regen. And if you've ever fought or played Karina before, you'll know that multiple kills can be easily made. However, you will want to get this as your third or fourth item since you will want to focus more on your damage at the beginning of the game. This helps you increase your chance of getting the kills when ganking at the start of the game. You will need the lifesteal and the HP regen the most when the team clash starts to happen, which usually happens mid-game. You also have the option to go for the concentrated energy and Bloodlust Axe combo. The Bloodlust Axe provides a plus 70 physical attack, plus 10% cooldown reduction, and the unique passive Bloodthirst, which heals 20% of damage from the skill as HP for the hero every time their skill hits. So basically, it's another concentrated energy item, but this one is for the physical attack heroes. But Karina benefits from the physical damage as well because she also relies on her basic attacks. But like I said, use them as a mid game or late game item. Also, guys, let's talk about the unique passive you see on the items. That means that if you buy two items of the same kind, that unique passive won't stack up. So if you've bought two concentrated energy item, that 30% spell bump will remain 30%. It won't stack up and become a 60% spell bump. That's not how it works. And also buy the concentrated energy first before the Bloodlust Axe. However, do keep in mind that by getting the Bloodlust Axe instead of a magic attack item, you will lose some of your burst damage from your skills. Also, guys, the Bloodlust Axe works on Karina's passive skill as well. So Karina's passive skill basically lets her deal an extra true damage of 8% of the target's missing HP. Now, it has the same concept like Balmon's ultimate, if you know Balmon's ultimate. Now, this passive skill can be triggered every time she attacks a target for the third time with either a skill or a basic attack. So, any form of attack counts. The more HP the target has less, of course, the more damage it does. And that means more lifesteal for you. Now, for some reason, the lifesteal for this passive can only be achieved through the Bloodlust Axe, and the concentrated energy doesn't work for this lifesteal. It doesn't give any lifesteal for this passive skill. By the way, guys, the lifesteal works on the battle spell Retribution as well. And since it deals a lot of damage on jungle monsters and minions, it also provides a huge lifesteal when it hits. I guess it's around 400 to 500. You can also make use of it in clashes when there's a minion around, or just use it when you're running from an enemy. in it's very situational, and it's a good way to get that extra HP when you need it the most. I guess this works well with Karina since she always has retribution on her. Most mages use flicker. On my Cyclops, I use flicker. On a tanky Alice, I use iron wall. Now, although you need to remember, it only targets minions and jungle monsters. That is, unless you have one of those jungle items, which actually lets retribution be applicable to heroes. But there's no damage on heroes, it only slows them down and lowers their magic resistance, so you don't get lifesteal. So you don't get any lifesteal. However, if you don't have one of the jungle items, then you won't have to worry about the retribution hitting the enemy hero instead of the minion. Now again, retribution is a good battle spell to get that extra lifesteal when you have the concentrated energy or bloodlust axe. Next on the list is Alice. Now with Alice, you also have the option to go for the bloodlust axe, same as Karina. The bloodlust axe and concentrated energy works well with a tanky Alice. This helps you with your survivability as well as fully play your role as a charger and a semi-tank. Also, for some reason, the bloodlust axe does more lifesteal than the concentrated energy. And we don't know exactly why, but they were pretty vague on the description on the 30% spell vamp. But what's sure is, as we've checked, as we've tested it, and as you can see it on the videos, the bloodlust axe does more lifesteal than the concentrated energy item. Also, if you are playing a pure damage Alice, it will be better to lose the bloodlust axe and go for a damage item instead. Go for a magic item. Lifesteal works well with Alice's ultimate, or to be more precise, it works well with Alice's gameplay. Because as you can see her skills, you have a first skill that enables you to blink towards the enemy or blink out of danger. Because your first skill basically it shoots a orb of blood, and then you can blink on it like Kagura's umbrella. Instead, this one is moving. Also, your second skill traps your enemy, and the third skill lets you lifesteal while doing damage to any surrounding enemy. So basically, the combinations by Alice is you fire a shot, an orb of blood towards your enemy, and when it hits, and then you blink, use your second skill to trap them, and then the third skill to use that ultimate to let you lifesteal without them having the chance to run away that quick. And so you can imagine how vital an additional lifesteal will be during these clashes, and the concentrated energy item as well as the bloodlust axe can provide that for you. Now, even with the pure damage Alice, this is pretty mature gameplay. Only difference with the tank build is that you are more willing to stay in the front lines. Also, the new battle spell Iron Wall helps a lot. Your build and battle spell prevents you from being killed instantly and live long enough for your lifesteal to kick in. I mean, the lifesteal won't matter much if you get instantly killed. Now, with a pure damage Alice, you will want to pick the moments when you dive into the clash. You will want to be more careful since you're a pure damage, and you can also use flicker or your first skill to blink out of the clash when things gets too tough. Personally, I play a tank build Alice, and the combination of concentrated energy and bloodlust axe helps a lot. But again, leave out the bloodlust axe if you are going for a pure damage build. So maybe you guys are wondering, how about the other mages? Eudora and Aurora. Insane damage, right? So we understand Alice and Karina since their gameplay is hugely different from the typical burst damage mages. So what's so different about Cyclops compared to the other mages? Well, first off, the concentrated energy is viable for most mages, except maybe for Nana. The top 3, these top 3 in the list just means they are the ones who benefit the most from the item. This doesn't mean the other mages can't choose this item as well. The other mages like Eudora, Vexana, and Aurora doesn't have skills that make individual hits as much as Cyclops, so that means fewer lifesteal. And let's not forget the cooldowns. Cyclops has a passive that reduces his cooldown. The other mages, they do get a lot of lifesteal though if their skills hit a lot of target because of the area of effect damage because of the AoE. However, that's very situational and can't be relied upon all the time. Unlike Cyclops' skills that ensures multiple hits even if you have a single target. Mages like Eudora, Aurora, Vexana, and Gord doesn't have that much mobility. Their role will be to provide damage and try to stay out of harm's way. Unlike Cyclops, who can run around a bit better because of his second skill that increases his movement speed. For me, it will be better for them to get an item that provides more damage for their skills. But still, guys, in the end, it still depends on your gameplay. If you want better survivability, then go for the concentrated energy. It's a great way to increase your survivability without losing too much damage, since the concentrated energy item has a plus 70 magic attack, and also the 10% HP regen, since mages usually they usually make kills. So that's a huge help. The top 3 just means they're the ones who benefit the most. You can still use concentrated energy on the other mages. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.